Hi, this is Karon Thackston with marketingwords.com and copywritingcourse.com, and I have to tell you, since the Panda update launched a couple of months ago, was the original launch of the Panda update, the questions have been flying, and the most popular one right now seems to be, is article marketing still a valid strategy for promotion online? And I've said it 100 times before, I'll say it 100 times again, even if there were no search engine benefits, article marketing would still be a very valid method of promotion. As a matter of fact, it wasn't until everybody began to notice that you could get link popularity and you could build more incoming links through article marketing that the quality began to decline. Article marketing as a whole, as a promotional method, was in much better shape, in my opinion, before search engine optimization started to play such a huge role in it. And let me tell you why. Back then, in the day, probably 5 years ago, maybe a little bit longer, here's what had to happen in order to get your article published. It had to be focused on the reader. You had to prove in your article that you were an absolute expert in your field. You had to provide quality information that was useful to the reader, the end user of these articles. And there was no worry about how many links you were going to get back, or did you publish an article today, or did you publish 6 articles today. It was all a matter of quality. It was not a matter of quantity. And in my opinion, and from my experience, it worked better using those methods. It had a more sustained effect using those methods. And the rewards you got from article marketing back then were bigger and longer lasting. Since search engines have taken over article marketing, here's what we found. Quantity has replaced quality as the focus of article marketing. How many can we get out there? How many different ways can we spin it without producing duplicate content? How many links are we going to get in per article? How cheap can we have somebody who is writing with English as their second or third language produce these just to get them out? Because all we're worried about is the links anyway. It doesn't matter about the quality of the articles. Well, I'm here to tell you that it does. And you don't have to take my word for it. Google, our biggest, baddest search engine, recently made a change in its algorithm, of all things, strictly in response to all the complaints and the public outcry that people were sick and tired of getting Google results pages that were filled with crappy articles that were coming from these article directory websites. And in response to all of that, you can read this on Google's website. It specifically says, we've heard your complaints. We've made the changes that you have asked for. This isn't Google being mean. This is Google improving the quality of their search engine. And I, for one, am happy that Panda happened. I think it's going to give us a chance to sort of retrofit our article marketing strategy so that we can take it back to focusing on human beings instead of focusing on search engine robots and spiders. I'm here to tell you, search engine traffic is great. Word of mouth traffic is better. Not to mention there's never been a search engine in the history of search engines who's ever whipped out a credit card and clicked the link in your article bio to go purchase something from your website or fill out a lead generation form or a subscription form. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Only people do those things. So all the article spinning, which incidentally, you're just making those minor changes to the article and Google can track that. So you're actually creating more duplicate content when your goal was to create less. You'd have been better off not spinning any articles to start with as far as that goes. So all the article spinning, all the duplicate content, all the other stuff that people are trying to get away with in order to have more quantity instead of quality is playing against them. And even Google has now stood up and said, enough, just enough. We're not doing it anymore. Let me tell you this. There has always been article directories. Way long time ago, there were article directories. And the premise is good, but people are thinking that their end goal should be to get articles posted on article directories, and that's the furthest thing from the truth. An article directory is like a supermarket. The goal of the canned food manufacturer, the producer of canned green beans, for example, is not to get his brand of green beans sitting on the supermarket shelf. His goal is for people to actually come in and buy the green beans, take them home, and feed them to their family, where everybody goes, wow, what great green beans. And the mother or the dad or whoever cooked dinner tells the neighbor, I just had these great green beans that I bought yesterday. And she says, wow, I need to go to the store and check out these green beans. It's the same thing with article directories. Those links aren't worth, they were worth a little bit before Panda. Now I don't think they're worth hardly anything. And that's not what you're after anyway. Anybody can post an article on an article directory site. What you want to have happen is for publishers of quality blogs, quality newsletters, quality information websites to go to those article directories and go, wow, this looks like a great article. This provides value to my readers. This provides useful information on something they can do, action steps that they can put into place today to see improvements. Then those people will reprint your article, and the folks will read it and go, wow, I need to check this out, and they'll click to your website. And because having your article republished on somebody else's site is a lot like getting an endorsement, it holds a lot more weight than if your article simply showed up high in the search engines. So am I saying not to go after the search engine benefits of article marketing? Not at all. What I am saying is your first priority needs to be your human readers and the quality that you are providing to your human readers. Okay, I'm going to get off my soapbox now. Look below on the Marketing Words Copywriting blog. Underneath this video, you'll find some resources. I've just released a brand new ebook that I wrote for Word Tracker's Masterclass series. You'll find a link to that. It's all about article marketing and what you should be doing that you probably were not doing before. So you can take a look at that. I'm also hosting a webinar shortly. If you view this video before the webinar takes place, there's going to be information below the video. If you find it on the Marketing Words Copywriting blog website, you can sign up to attend the article marketing webinar where we're going to talk about all this stuff and a lot more. It's going to be very eye-opening and very enlightening, and I know you're going to get a lot of useful information out of it. So you want to sign up for that now. It's absolutely free. And I'm happy to do it for you. I hope to see you there. Article marketing is not dead. It was never dead. Even if there's no search engine benefits at all anymore, it would still be a valid method. The good news is there are still search engine benefits, and you can find the balance between the people in the search engines that will really set your marketing off into a brand new direction where it comes to articles. I'm Karon Thackston with marketingwords.com and copywritingcourse.com, and I look forward to seeing you soon.